Hey y'all, I'm Abby, More Than Just Skin, and welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time here, welcome. I'm thrilled you took some time out of your day to spend a little bit of time here with me. Today's video is another face in review, or face of the day, makeup of the day. In these videos, I go through the products, some of them, not all of them, but most of the products that I have on my face, how long I've had them on, and we both go through and talk about how I think they have worn, and you can look up close and see if you agree with me at how they have worn throughout the day. So if you're interested in seeing what I have on my face, and I am doing this one with a little bit of a twist because we are actually getting ready to go out to dinner, and I thought I would kind of turn this look from day into night. So once we do the face of the day and kind of talk about how things held up, we're going to spruce it up a little bit and turn it into a night look. So if you're interested in that, hit that subscribe button, and here we go. We are going to start by talking about two items that are not on my face, one that's on my hands, and the fragrance that I am wearing. First, I am wearing a KL polish. This is probably what I consider to be her most famous, Kathleen Light's nail polish line, her most famous for fall. It is the shade Carmelo, and it is just this gorgeous kind of mustardy shade. I think it is very much on trend for fall, and I'm really enjoying wearing it. The fragrance that I am wearing, and I have gotten so many compliments today, and this is not a new fragrance to me, but it's been a while since I've worn it, is the Santal 33 by La La Beau. It's hard to describe the scent. I think when you look it up, it says something about riding on a horse across the western plains or something like that, but it just smells really good. I had my assistant come in and tell me that the entire office smelled like this, and I hope that was a good thing because I think it smells great. It's not really a floral, it's more of a unisex scent, but it's just really a gorgeous scent. Another thing I wanted to tell y'all, this is 8th day hair, y'all, and y'all, it's looking so good. I got it trimmed, or I got it cut last week. I have not washed it since I got it cut, and it's doing so good I really don't want to wash it. So I'm gonna have to, but yeah, this is 8th day hair. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna zoom in some, and we're gonna look up close and talk about everything that is on my face. Okay, per the usual, I like to start in the order in which I apply things. I first primed my skin with the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. As you can see, I'm trying to get rid of this. I have very little left, and I'm trying to use it up, but this is what I primed my skin with. It gives you your skin a luminosity, and I really do think makeup sits well on top of it. The foundation that I'm wearing today is a foundation that I have probably bought this foundation more than other foundations. I love this foundation. Back before I was really, I've always been beauty obsessed, but before my collection was so big and I alternated through things, back in the day when I had one product or one item of each type of product, this was the foundation that I wore, and I loved it. I still love it. And when I got on the elevator today, let me back up. I applied this makeup around 6 o'clock, and it is after 6 o'clock right now. When I got on the elevator today to leave work, there are mirrors in the elevator, and it gives me a good opportunity to kind of look and see how things are holding up. And I was looking and I was like, this is the reason why this foundation is one of my special occasion foundations, because it wears so good. It looks so good on the skin. It looks good when you first apply it. It wears good throughout the day, and it holds up. And the foundation that I'm talking about is the Laura Mercier Silk Cream Foundation. I have the Moisturizing Photo Edition foundation. This does come in oil-free. I don't buy the one in oil-free. I buy the one for moisturizing because I have dry skin. But I just really think if you look around, and I'm going to pull my mirror around so I can look very close with you. Very small wear, and we know how my eyes water, but very small wear. I did start sweating some when I was leaving lunch today. It was a little bit warmer when I got in the car, but I really see no wear in the places where I start sweating. So it just really looks good on the skin. It wears well. It feels good. This stuff is so good. Go get your hand. If you're needing a special occasion foundation, or if you were just looking for a good, and I will say, I think it's a full coverage. I did spot conceal some around my face, but it can be built up to a full coverage. I would say it's definitely medium to full buildable. But y'all, this is just such a good foundation, and this is the reason why I would not be without it. And like I was sitting there thinking, today I was like, maybe this weekend I want to film and upload a video because this is actually before Thanksgiving. I don't know when this will come up. I have kind of a lot of these. But I was thinking, yeah, I want to film a kind of get ready with me for Thanksgiving and the look that I might wear for Thanksgiving. And I was thinking, what foundation do I wear? This one, because it wears so good and it lasts. This is what I will wear for Thanksgiving for sure. I hope I get that video done, but you never know with me. Okay, moving on. Oh, and I applied it with my L'Oreal sponge. I set everything today with the Matte Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in Medium Plus. I set my entire face with this today, and then I also set my under eyes and carved out some contour. So this is a great powder. It looks great. I think it wore great. It did really good on top of this foundation. You know, I've been wearing the Laura Mercier one, but I decided to change it up and wear that one today. I used my new to me, and actually this is the first time I used it, the Orgasm Infatuation Cheek Palette. And it looks like this from NARS. It's really pretty. This is the only thing, y'all, I bought in the VIB sale. This and some Shiseido cotton, but that was it. Like, I did not go overboard at all. But I bought this because I was in need of a Laguna. And I think for just a little bit more, like maybe $2 more, I could get this whole palette. So it has the Laguna, it has the NARS Orgasm, which I actually do not have, and then it has the Orgasm Highlighter. And so I'm wearing all of this today. I bronzed my skin with the Laguna, I used the Orgasm as the blush, and then that is the highlight I have on my cheek. And I think it looks really good. It wore really good. I think you could build up the highlight more. Of course, we know you can build up the blush. I will say I had to work a little bit with the bronzer. I don't think the bronzer in here is as good as the actual single bronzer of Laguna. Laguna is one of my favorites, but for the price and being in here, I'm pleased. And it may have just been me, I don't know, but I felt like I had to take a little bit longer to build it up. So if you had this palette, let me know if you were having that issue with the bronzer. I used a finishing powder today, which I don't always use, but I used it around here, and actually I buffed it throughout my entire face, and it is the Laura Mercier Candle Glow in number 2, just to kind of give me a little bit of sheen all over the face. I know that that's a full coverage foundation that I was wearing, so I wanted to just kind of have a finishing powder, so this is what I used, and I do love this, and I feel like it all did stay put and still looks good after wearing it, what, 12 hours, I guess, so it still looks good. I primed my eyes today with the NYX eyeshadow base, and it comes in a pot like this. It just kind of looks like a flesh color, and that is what I used to prime my eyes. Now let's talk about my eyes, because I have talked about this palette before and that I was not impressed with it. I feel like the shadows do not last the way other shadows do on me, and I still feel a little bit like that right now. I'm looking in the mirror, and it looks like I went a little overboard with gold on this one, a little more than I did on this one. But it looks better. I will say, I feel like it stayed put better. I've been wearing this palette the past few days, and I've been kind of mixing up the primers. And it has held, the eyeshadow has held its place better with this NYX primer than with any of the other ones I have used. I used the MAC Paint Pot. I used a Bare Minerals primer, but this one, it has definitely stayed put, but I still think it doesn't look great. I feel like the darker shades have kind of, I don't know, disappeared a little bit. And you can tell me what you think about it, but this is the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette, and I know I'm probably in the minority on my opinions on this palette, but I have just never really thought that this palette held up on my eyes the way other palettes do. So the shades that I used were, I set my eyes with this one. I then went in with this brown over here. Then I think I used some of that brown. I used this green in the outer V, and then the gold more so in the corner. So yeah, the jury's still out on this. I'm not giving up on it because I know so many people love it. It is full of some really, really great colors, especially some good shimmer colors. So I'm going to keep using it, but I'm just not sure I love it. So I set my entire face today with the Marc Jacobs. This is the Recover Perfecting Coconut Setting Spray. Y'all, I love this stuff. Every time I use it, I love it more and more. It smells great. It feels great on the skin. I just love it. And what is on my lips is by Buxom, and it is the matte lipstick in Sinful Cinnamon. I have said this before. I think these Buxom lipsticks are underrated. I feel like they are great. I think this is a great color for fall. It wears good. It's not too matte. It feels great on the lips. So all in all, I feel like everything kind of wore pretty good. Now what I wanted to do is kind of go in and do a little bit of touching up. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go pin my hair back, come back, and we're gonna do a little bit of touching up for the nighttime. So here we go. Okay, so the hair is pulled back. I like to start with my face, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually mist my face to kind of do a little bit of like a recharge. And then I'm gonna take my damp sponge and I'm just gonna kind of pat. There's nothing on here, it's just damp. I just am gonna kind of pat around my face. And this is just touching up and going from day to night. I'm going to go in with the Laura Mercier, the finishing powder. And I'm going to take my fluffy brush, get in there good, and I'm just going to kind of dab it on my face. One thing I probably should have done before I started doing this, but I will do, I'm probably going to change the lip color. I'm probably going to take this off and maybe put on a little bit, I don't know, depending on what I do with the eyes, I may put on a vampy look. I may not. I may just leave this. But okay, so now I'm going to go back in with the NARS palette, and I'm going to kind of jazz up the bronzer a little bit. Take my brush, dip into that bronzer. I'm sorry if you can hear my chair. It's kind of loud. Now also in that same palette, I am going to take the blush, just dab a little bit. And if you can hear the music, my boyfriend's in the shower and he like jams out in the shower, so that's what that music is. I mean, I can hear it, so I'm guessing y'all can probably hear it too. Alright, so got some blush on. Now I'm going to go in with this highlight. Take that on a Wayne Goss brush. Let's just... And you know, we're going out, so let's jam up the highlight, right? It's nighttime. Let's be highlighted. Alright, so skin is done. Moving on to eyes. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in with that Gilded Ganache, that green color, on a smaller Wayne Goss brush and really just focus it in that outer V. And try to deepen that up. So I kind of deepened it out some. I'm going to take my finger on that gold color Creme Brulee and really just focus that kind of in that inner. Take my brush, do a little bit more over here. Now on to the fun stuff. I am taking a Marc Jacobs. This is their Sequins Glam Glitter eyeshadow, and this is in the shade Gleam Girl. And this is what it looks like, and I'm just going to take this, it's like a pressed pigment. I'm just going to take it on my finger and dab it on my eye. And y'all, isn't that fun? And I do feel like there's some fallout. In fact, I see some fallout. I'm going to take that and kind of, ooh, we actually had a lot of fallout. I think I just went in with a too heavy of a hand because I've worn this a bunch and I've never had this amount of fallout. I think I might have just gone a little bit too carried away on this, but we're going to make it work. Actually went and took that lipstick off because I think I am going to change the lipstick color. But first I'm going to put a little bit of smudge under my eyes. I'm going to go in with that Wayne Goss brush that I used with that green. And we're just going to do a little smudging. Now for the lips, we are going to use Wet n Wild Cinnamon Spice. I think this is what we're going to use. This is a very matte. This is not what we're going to use. This is a very matte lipstick. Now I'm going to take my hair down and I'll show y'all the finished look. Okay, so here's the finished look. We went from day to night and I kind of went through and showed y'all the products and how I thought they wore. I thought they did pretty good and I'm pretty proud of the nighttime look. Darkened the eyes up some, put a little more highlight on, and a brighter, bolder lip. So if you like these types of videos, please consider giving me a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. I would love to have you back here on a regular basis. And as always, I hope this video finds you having a fantastic day and a great week, and I will see you all soon. Bye, y'all.